Hello. I wasn't going to say anything before we started, but as Casper rightly pointed out, I should make one announcement. This is a songwriter showcase, and as such, I want to showcase not only my music, but my lyrics as well. And to that end, there should be a QR code at the bottom of your programs, if you got one, that will take you to a document with all the lyrics. Also, you all sat so far away, except for you two. And I appreciate you two. Thank you for, oh, you three. Hooray! Welcome to the show. I dream in technicolor, the brightest brights, the deepest blues. Imagination escapes and it makes a creation, built on saturation and hues. It abuses my tired eyes. In a field of poppies, your face is haunting and taunting me, to tell you that your colors dance in my mind. But I don't know if that's how you really look, or if yellow is your disguise. What if I fall in love with yellow? Will I be sad when it turns to blue? What if I fall for a daffodil before it has the time it needs to bloom? What if I don't want to paint you into a corner. You can be hot pink or faded gray, forest green, the color of adventure, the golden sunshine of today, the royal purple of the romance, the turquoise of my granddad's lake. Red like roses at a grave. What if I fall in love with yellow? Will I be sad when it turns to blue? What if I fall for a daffodil before it has the time it needs to bloom. Who am I to point my finger? I don't even know what shade I am. I think I used to be an emerald before my head was in the sand. Could I be something different? The color of the summer sky, as tiny as you in my daydream, as clear as teardrops in my eye. What if I fall in love with yellow? Will I be sad when it turns to blue? What if I fall for a daffodil before it has the time it needs to bloom? What if I fall in love with yellow? Will I be sad when it turns to blue? What if I fall for a daffodil before it has the time it needs to bloom? What if I Hi everybody. Thank you. Welcome to my senior recital. My name is Jamey Perrigin, and this recital is in partial fulfillment of my music business songwriting degree, as well as in partial fulfillment of the requirements for my honors senior seminar project. And as such, I'm going to be taking a fair amount of time to talk between songs about their creation and the process and how it works for me. And specifically, the focus of my project is on the impacts of prompts and restrictions on my process. So I will be comparing how songs that I wrote to prompts are affected by them versus how songs that I'll refer to as free, that I didn't write with a specific prompt in mind, how that changed the process and how they differ. That first song, for instance, was called Yellow, and it was a free song. I wrote that actually junior year of high school. It's the oldest song in the program, and I think it has aged rather well. One quick note before I proceed. Part of the expectation with the honors project is time for Q&A. However, as you can see, we've got a fair amount of equipment and gear set up in here. So to the interest of not prolonging the teardown of that, I will be out in the lobby afterwards if you have any questions about my project. And please come ask me. I would love to, and also I have to. This next song is called Strike Out. And I will start my sentence after I put my guitar down next time. Strike Out is a very early song in my career. I wrote it freshman year at Anderson. And it is also similarly a love song, but if you have your lyrics up, I would want to draw your attention to the difference in sort of tone of voice. Yellow is very introspective and self-reflective. For this song, Strike Out is more conversational, direct words being given to the significant other in the song. And specifically, I did not write this one with a prompt in mind. It's another free song, but I did write it with a goal in mind. I wrote it for my girlfriend, Maddie, who's in the back. Hi, Maddie. I love you. In that quiet summer panic of your lungs decreasing space, Strike out to claim the breath you're owed. And if that squeamish inner skin threatens to constrict again, strike out, fight for your repose. 'Cause I won't change when you doubt me. You deserve a house and a mouthpiece. You can bear your teeth and I won't leave. When the clamorous refrains drain your passionate exchange, reach out to find a second piece. And if you're quiet at the thought that you might scare the spirit off, reach out and then be not afraid. 'Cause I won't change when you doubt me. You deserve a house and a mouthpiece. You can make a seat, then I won't leave. I won't change when you doubt me. You deserve a house and a mouthpiece. You can make a seat, then I won't leave. Doubt me, you deserve a house and a mouthpiece. You can make a seat and I won't leave. I won't change when you doubt me. You deserve a house and a mouthpiece. You can make a seat and I won't leave. Thank you. Let me catch my breath. So, this next song is the first one I want to talk about that had a very specific prompt to it. And it was a very difficult prompt for me to work with, to the point, in fact, that when I walked into my songwriting lesson with the great Joshua Powell here at Anderson, I walked up to him and I said, "Hey Josh, I don't have anything." I couldn't come up with anything for this. I couldn't get my head around the prompt. And so he started talking me through it, and this is why it was such a difficult thing to work with, is because the prompt was to create a piece of work that was in some way in contrast with itself. The example that he gave was a happy song with sad lyrics, or a sad song with happy lyrics. And I just couldn't really get anywhere with that idea. I was having a lot of trouble with it. So I asked him for maybe some more examples like what some other students did. And he had told me that a student by the name of Stephen Fight, aka Demi Sidin, you should all listen to him if you don't, shout out. He wrote a song that was a waltz, which is normally a very pretty and beautiful piece of work, about a decaying corpse. And when I heard that, I understood the prompt, and I felt like I could create something. And so I decided to take on a sort of a genre that I have a very tenuous relationship with, which is worship music. I very much believe in the cause of worship music, don't get me wrong, but from a musical standpoint, I often have just a lot of frustrations with it. And so I thought it would be really interesting to take the tropes of this genre, the repeated bridges and the very simple to follow melodies, the piano lead, and use it to explore themes more of doubt and frustrations with God, something that you don't really hear talked about often in music. And so it was sort of a difficult line to walk to explore those themes without starting to stray into anything sacrilegious. But it was a really interesting process, and I'm really excited to share it with you. This is Cardinal Glory. left at the doorstep, threshold of entropy, a microgalactic greenhouse, a snow-coated chaos wrangler abandons his ranch. And you're kicking back on a child-shaped footstool, mountaintop logo in hand, waiting for reruns of conch shell conundrums, sweeping the panes of our glass. You are the rumbling distant thunder that we fear but never face. You are the cardinal in our backyard. We are dogs giving chase. You are phantom forms and tales of yore, legends we can't trace. You are everything we strive for, and nothing we attain. Among all the scattered sets of your siblings, your name commands no one. It only stands for crashes and cancer, and calling mutations man. In medias res we search for a solace, some rational method of mind, some machinations laid up for anguish, a Goldfinger style plan. You are the rumbling distant thunder that we fear but never face. You are the cardinal in our backyard. We are dogs giving chase. You are phantom forms and tales of yore, and legends we can't trace. You are everything we strive for, and nothing we attain. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. We are your sons and daughters, we are your left behind. You are the rumbling distant thunder that we fear but never face. You are the cardinal in our backyard. We are dogs giving chase. You are phantom forms and tales of yore, and legends we can't trace. You are everything we strive for, and nothing we attain. Thank you. Thank you. So, one thing you may not have noticed about the set thus far, but is very intentional, is that these songs are ordered chronologically in terms of when they were written, loosely. There's an exception or two. But these are generally, I think you can tell from the fact that I am not sticking to a particular genre, I am jumping around. I'm still trying to find my specific sort of sound. And this next song, entitled Hummer, I wrote my sophomore year here. And I decided to try my hand at another genre that I hadn't messed with, which I thought was honestly kind of strange, given how much I grew up around it. Both my parents are from Alabama, and so I grew up listening to a lot of Statler Brothers, the Gaithers, which of course, if you're around Anderson, you know them, a bit of John Denver as well. And so I had sort of an interest in this country and folk and that sort of sound. And then I found myself facing down a prompt that was particularly well suited to that genre, which is my songwriting teacher, challenged me to write a strophic song. And that term in music means essentially the same idea, usually the same verse repeated. Think of Amazing Grace is a great example of a strophic song. It is different lyrics every time, but the same music. And so with that in mind, I thought this would be a perfect time to try my hand at folk. And that was doubled down on by the fact that I waited just a little too long to work on this song. I promise I got better about that over my time at college. And I started working on it when I was home for a weekend, and I had forgotten all of my recording equipment. So I had a laptop and my phone to record voice memos into and a single guitar. And so I tried to figure out what I would be working with, and I ended up writing Hummer. And I think there's, just as one final note on it, this is the only song on the list that is set in third person, using sort of the singer serves as a narrator of this song. And I think that is also something that I would not have done if I were not faced with this prompt, and if I didn't attempt to do the specific sort of style that this is. So this is a song called Hummer. Give us a moment. We're gonna stand around a single mic, and I'm really excited about it. In a figure-8 flutter, a hummer in the bride bushes dances. Melodic and in flux, he lights on a set of petals in place. He just wants some nectar for his bees, but something in these branches reeks. Oh, draped in the trappings that foliage discarded in the winter, cradling the barrel of 12-gauge as he waits for the birds to still. He just wants a trophy he can stuff. He will never have enough. Oh, bang went the shotgun as the Hummer hovered static in the air, shooting skeet scattered pellets in a manner Mouncing Helens would admire. Through the smoke it echoes all around, and feathers hit the ground. Oh, grabbed the carcass that he caused and stuffed its tongue into its rucksack. He gave a sneering smile wide enough to show the gums beneath his teeth. Why must the hunters shoot the ones who sing? Is there such crime and melody? Thank you. At this point in the show, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to look a little different, and we're going to sound a little different when we come back. But I feel like this is a good time to very briefly give you 2 reminders. One, that the lyrics are on the QR code on the bottom of your program, and 2, that I will be in the lobby afterwards to take questions about my project. Thank you.
Anybody that has seen me play any show, it wouldn't be a gig with me there if something didn't almost break. It's true.
I see some of you moved closer. Excellent. So, at this point in the timeline, we are between my sophomore and junior year. The summer between them specifically, not that there's much else between those times. But during that time, I had some friends that I had talked to about starting a little band called the Grumblegeisters, a little punk band. We had the idea to wear flannels or Hawaiian shirts and skeleton t-shirts. Really silly, probably wouldn't go anywhere. But I decided I had a lot of free time that summer, and I wanted to set myself a challenge. So, over that summer, I attempted to write 1 song a week. I wrote them with my band in mind, to have something that if we were to start practicing together, we would have something to work with, some original material. This is the first of the songs I wrote for that band, and I'd like to tell you the story behind it because I find it personally wildly entertaining. My sophomore year, I took a speech class, taught by one Jack Luger. Hi, Jack. Thank you for coming. And in that speech class, I sat near the back, as Jack can attest to, because I wanted to stay out of the spotlight as much as possible when I was not giving a speech, because I already hated having to give the speech. No offense, Jack, it's just a public speaking thing, you get it. But I was not the only person in this class, and in fact, I saw these 2 people sit in the same spot in the front row every week. He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? Well, I come to find out over the course of the semester that she was a nursing major, the guy was an athlete, and they would do this thing where they would put their backpacks next to each other, and then they would like cross each other's legs on it, and it was really annoying. Yay, PDA. But if that were the end of the story, then I would have just been like, I guess I better pay attention in speech class, and then we wouldn't have this song. But one day, later in the semester, I come in, and the guy is sitting in the normal spot in the front row. And I think, oh, the girl must be late. Then I look around the room, and if he's over here, she is sitting over there in the back, as far away as she could physically get from the guy. And I thought, ooh. And despite my best efforts, instead of paying attention during that class period, my mind went wild with theories, and some of those fictitious stories eventually found their way into this song, which is fittingly entitled People Watching. It was the first song I wrote for the Grumblegeisters, and it goes a little something like this. Stacked on top of one another in the front row. Are you gonna give us a show? Your boyfriend has his head deep inside the annals of ball. I've been counting, crunching your odds. Statistically speaking, in this room there are 5 men simply better for you. None of them are me, I'm just observing. It's good of you. Your head down, get your license, learn to save lives. He came here to get paid to vibe. But if you're set on housewife, mother to a man-child, go ahead. But no one will blame you if you end it prematurely. If you manage to graduate, do you think he'll pull his weight? Or will he be perpetually on the couch in his boxers? I guess you're committed to this dead-end guy, so congrats. Give my sympathy to your dad. Statistically speaking, in this room there are 5 men simply better for you, and none of them are me. I'm just observing. It's good of you. Realistically speaking, in this life there are people you'd make a better life than some lame white boy athlete who's just looking for a good time. But if you're set on housewife, mother to a man-child, go ahead. But no one will blame you if you end it premature. If you manage to graduate, do you think he'll pull his weight? Or will he be perpetually on the couch in his boxers? I won't stop you, throw it all away. 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 On housewife, mother to a man-child, go ahead. But no one will blame you if you end it prematurely. If you manage to graduate, do you think you'll pull his weight? Baby, perpetually on the couch if you're a sailor, housewife, mother of two, man, child, go ahead. But no one will blame you if you ended prematurely. If you manage to graduate, do you think he'll pull his weight, or will he be perpetually on the couch in his boxers? Thank you. This next song I'm not going to say too much about, except to say that it is another song written that summer. It is another free song by that nature. I wasn't doing it for an assignment, no prompt or anything. And it is a song about a breakup, and it's called KJL, and I would talk more about the creation of it, but there's some pretty personal details in it that I would like to leave out, but I would like to share the music with you. We are growing, our stems are spiced together, which makes it so hard to sever. All these early buds that might yet bloom, but there's no water left to reach my roots. All your leaves are dead, and soon mine will be too. So forgive my metaphor. I'll just say it's not me, it's you. Baby, it's down on me. It's the way you put me down. 'Cause I'm giving all the love that I can give. Oh, baby, I know you're trying to get it on with me, but I think you should get out. 'Cause I've given all the love that I can give. You say I'm pretentious, and I admit that may be true, but your moods are so contentious that you can't even pretend to improve. Baby, it's not the way you put it down on me, it's the way you put me down. 'Cause I'm giving all the love that I can give. Oh, baby, I know you're trying to get it on with me, but I think you should get out. 'Cause I'm giving all the love that I can give. Are you the type of person to shoot John Lennon 'cause you're not him? Are you the type of person to shoot John Lennon 'cause you're not him? Are you the type of person to shoot John Lennon 'cause you're not him? Are you the type of person to shoot John Lennon 'cause you're not him? It's not the way you put it down on me, it's the way you put me down. 'Cause I've given all the love that I can give. Oh, baby, I know you're trying to get it on with me, but I think you should get out. 'Cause I've given all the love that I can give. Thank you. At this point, I would like to make one small adjustment to the listed program. Your program says that we would have a featured bass player on the song named Colin Bauer. However, he is unable to attend due to personal reasons, so we will actually still have Luke Bush, who is doing a phenomenal job. And while I'm at it, I realize that I have forgotten to put a place in the program to thank my band, which I'm not happy about, so let me fix that really quick. Thank you to Luke Bush, thank you to Casper Miller, thank you to Josiah Dearly on drums, and thank you, and thank you all for coming. Thank you, Asher, for running sound. This next song is called I Grew Up, I Grew Away, and it is the last of the songs I wrote that summer. I'm not gonna bore you with the details, I'm just gonna play it, because it's really pretty and it's really cool. Stepping over garden stones in the lane between our lawn. In hand, I've got a card I didn't write. I asked what you've been up to, but I don't think it matters much. I've been gone for far too long to know what changed. And I guess in my perfect cycle, you build up an ivory spiral, and I sit at the bottom, chipping away at the cornerstone. 'Cause I'm not much for Bible, baby. So don't call me when you get this, don't take this as a sign. I get on without you very well, you just show up in my dreams sometimes. And I don't know how to get you out, I don't know how to get you out, I don't know how to get you out, I don't know. Mother told me you broke up with your girlfriend, and I wrote you a message that I just could not quite send. Because you let me crash on your couch when it happened to me, and now I'm 2 months late to give my sympathy. And I guess in my perfect cycle, you build up an ivory spiral, and I sit at the bottom, chipping away at the cornerstone. 'Cause I'm not much for Bible, baby. So don't call me when you get this, don't take this as a sign. I get along without you very well, you just show up in my dreams sometimes. And I don't know how to get you out, I don't know how to get you out, I don't know how to get you out, I don't know. Don't take this as a sign. I get along without you very well, you just show up in my dreams sometimes. I don't know how to get you out, I don't know how to get you out, I don't know how to get you out, I don't know. I don't know. Well, we've come to the portion of the set where we become a real punk band, and we tuned to drop D. I'm sorry, I would talk while I'm tuning, but I'm so out of breath. There are upsides and downsides to being in a punk band, and one of the downsides is that you run around a lot. So this next song is a prompted one. I wrote this my junior year, and this was one of the first ones that I wrote to a prompt, also with my band in mind. And the prompt for this one was multifaceted, but the main gist of it that really arrested my attention was something that my teacher would do often, and that is he gave us a word bank to pull from, a handful of words and phrases, and we had to use at least 2 of them in the song. And so I looked at the word bank, and I saw this one idea that I thought was really interesting because I couldn't figure out what I would do with it, and it was the phrase Tom Cruise, famed actor of Mission Impossible and Top Gun and many things, but those are the 2 I can think of while under a hot mic. And so I thought, well, I have to try that one. And so I ended up staring at a blank page for a few minutes and then writing down the title, Tom Cruise Control, which I thought was rather clever. You can be the judge of that, though. And I ended up writing a song about all of my friends that I love dearly who have come into college and who have gone from college and who have found that the university experience just didn't really fit them. And I just want to say that I know a couple of you are here tonight, and if that sounds like you, then this song is for you, and I just want to sing it to you tonight, so it goes out to you. Hey man, do you need to charge your phone? Time is expensive just to hold, and you're gigging for exposure. You tell me how it's all a scam. Your father's plan is just corrosion. On the 9-volt in your guitar, you say this place is not for you, and who could blame you at this point? But I know before you unenroll, I really ought to tell you that it'd be such a shame if you changed your name and you fled the country, cause you're no good for the money. I know those student loans won't ever let you buy a home, but there's nothing here without you. Take a breath, you're doing fine, don't go Tom Cruise. Such an overachiever, I think you're killing it as is. No need to run from an explosion. Take off of a building. You say this place is not for you. I think I'm with you at this point. So when you ask me what you're supposed to do, I don't know what to tell you, man. But it'd be such a shame if you changed your name and you fled the country, cause you're no good for the money. I know those student loans won't ever let you buy a home, but there's nothing here without you. Such a shame if you changed your name and you fled the country, cause you're no good for the money. I know those student loans won't ever let you find a home, but there's nothing here without you. Such a shame if you changed your name and you fled the country, cause you're no good for the money. I know those student loans won't ever let you buy a home, but there's nothing here without you. This next song is called Gumwad. It is the newest song on the program tonight. I actually finished this one just over a month ago. And I thought it was a really interesting one to make the penultimate song of the set, given that it is a really strong mirror image to Yellow, the song I opened with, as they are very thematically similar. They are both about experiencing a really strong crush and the emotional state of the person experiencing that feeling. But I also think that looking at Gumwad and Yellow next to each other says a lot about my progression as a songwriter. Yellow is a pretty straightforward pop song. Gumwad is more intricate, has a lot of differing sections that have very interesting ways that they connect to each other. And also, Gumwad is a little more of a pessimistic or cynical take on the feelings of a crush. Specifically, it's exploring sort of this darker desire of just wanting to be noticed by the person that you have feelings for, whether or not those are positive or negative feelings. This one, in relation to a prompt, I'll just say this very quickly, has sort of a very interesting moment because I started it freely and then I finished it to a prompt because I had to turn it in, but the prompt, well, something that Joshua Powell always told me is that he would rather have a good song than one that follows the prompt. So I tried to work in a couple of the things from the prompt, like a lot of C material, like a verse, chorus, and something else. So this one has pre-chorus, bridge, and something else that I won't spoil. But in other regards, I very much did prioritize the song over the prompt, and I am really happy with it, and I'm really excited to share it with you. I gave you my number at a party. You saved it with a question mark, but now you know who I am in the group chat. I guess it's a start. I'll make my little cameos in the background of your Instagram, always out of focus. I wanna be more than just a couple nickels mixed into the spare change in your car. I'll settle for a story that you tell with a smile or with a snarl. Just make use of me and the space I leave, so you'll notice when I'm gone. Wear my name out, don't stop chewing till it's lost its flavor. Don't roll up this tattered paper or swing it at a spider on the wall. Don't misplace me in the cushions of your mother's love seat. Meant to furnish a house in the country, but now it's in a goodwill, good God. I keep going shotgun, despite how I remove myself. I stare into your window well, counting all the bottles you abandoned. I hope you don't forget how you're supposed to melt me down and use me for another round. All to get me function, all to get me function. Oh, I wanna be more than just a couple nickels mixed into the spare change in your car. I'll settle for a story that you tell with a smile or with a snarl. Just make use of me and the space I leave, so you'll notice when I have gone. Wear my name out, don't stop chewing till it's lost its flavor. Don't roll up this tattered paper and swing it at a spider on the wall. Don't misplace me in the cushions of your mother's love seat. Meant to furnish a house in the country, but now it's in a goodwill, good God. It's all into the year, so I hope that the last thing to go is your ability to picture me and feel some empathy or animosity. So don't leave without the memory of me. Don't leave without the memory. Don't leave. You've got the memory, don't leave. Thank you. I'd like to take just one more chance before this last song to remind you all that after the set, I will be out in the lobby for Q&A, as I am required to be. Please, please come ask me questions. I want to pass. Now, as far as sort of prompts and stuff go, I think the conclusion that I can draw from looking at my work is that when I write without a prompt, I write very freely and I tend to work quickly. And I don't think that is because using a prompt is too restrictive, but I think it's because if I'm not writing for an assignment, I will just wait until I have an idea. And if I wait that long, the whole song is done by the time that I think of it. And if I go for a prompt, it pushes me to engage with songwriting in a new way, and something that I'm less used to. And I always feel a stronger songwriter when I come away with it, even if the song itself is not necessarily one of my favorite pieces. However, I would like to say that I have neglected to mention one of the most common prompts that I received. I received it about once a semester here at Anderson, and that is to do a co-write, to work with someone else on a song. And I have done a lot of those, and I've liked a lot of those, but today, due to sort of the restraints of my organizational skills, I would like to share with you just my favorite of these co-writes that I've done. And I could give you a lot of reasons that it's my favorite. I think the first one that comes to mind is that I wrote it with my good friend Casper Miller, who, thank you so much, Casper. Casper has been instrumental to my development as a person and the development of my voice as a songwriter, and it was a total joy to work with him, and it always is. And this song really reflects how we work together. I could also say that this is my favorite because it's been getting very positive recognition when I show it to people. This is the song that some people somehow know that my band wrote on campus sometimes, and that's kind of cool. But if I'm being honest, the reason that this one is my favorite is because of how Casper and I wrote it together. I left one little piece of information out of the prompt. It was not just a co-write, but there was also a requirement to make the song under 2 minutes. And I like to write long-winded music often, with a lot of sections, and so getting under 2 minutes is hard for me. And I was working with Casper, who is in a phenomenal band called Opening Day. And if you're familiar with Opening Day, you know that they also have trouble getting songs on like the shorter side.
We have trouble getting them under 6 minutes.
Before you write them off, know that they're like a psych rock band that's like sort of the vibe. And it's cool.
Bleeps and bloops and leprechauns.
Precisely. And so I was very frustrated by this prompt. And so when Casper and I met to work on it, I went on this whole rant. I was like, okay, if we're stuck doing a 2-minute song, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make like 7 different sections. Nothing is gonna repeat. No chorus, no hooks. I want something new to happen every like 16 bars. And Casper just like nods and smiles through all of this. He's very supportive. And then when I stopped talking, he's like, yeah, man, that's awesome. I do have this one idea though. I thought it would be cool if we wrote a song about grape soda. And I was like, what? We don't even drink grape soda. I don't like grape soda. That's a terrible idea. And we are not doing that.
But we are.